Hello, movie patient, and welcome to Film Therapy. I am Brianne, also known as Miss Movies, also known as your film therapist. I am not a real therapist, but I play one on the internet just for this show. And as with every show, I have a guest patient. And today, my guest patient is Erika Ishii, the queen of Twitch, the queen of all things Twitch.
When did I get that title?
Well, I used to
That's
call you the queen of geek
awesome.
and sundry, but then you told me that it was someone else, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll call you now the queen of Twitch.
Oh, thanks. I think that's still definitely somebody else. But that's sweet of you. I will take this honorary title.
Yes. So Queen of Twitch, Erika Ishii is here. Here's how the show works. If you have never joined us for film therapy, is this if this is your first film therapy session, what I do is I ask my guest patient three questions about film. It's the same three questions each time. It is what is a film that inspires you? What is a film or a scene from a film that triggers a memory for you? Perhaps it's painful, maybe it's happy. And what is a film that helps you through difficult times? So I started this. So let me go on a little monologue for a
Uh-huh.
moment before we get to you,
Yeah, or
Erica.
am I allowed to like talk
Yeah,
to
we're gonna
chat
talk
and
to
stuff?
chat in
Oh,
just
that's
a
cool.
second.
Because Jeffrey Van Group totally knows what's up on Twitch. He's got the lingo down.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Kappa
Kappa.
lol and Star please. Yeah.
So here, I started this show because I do. Sorry, I do suffer from depression. I actually just got back from a therapy right before this. What do you know? Regular therapy. But
But they're qualified.
they're qualified.
Do they
I'm
have a
not.
YouTube show?
No, I'm not qualified. So if you're having a problem right now and you need help, please call 911. Call your family. Call someone that can help you and get that help right now that you need.
Yeah, mental
So
health is super important,
it is super
super
important.
duper important.
Like I said, just got back from therapy.
Yeah,
So important.
yeah.
Let's get to know Erica a little bit more before we get into our show. So Erica, what can you tell the people that are in the waiting room about yourself in case they don't know who you are?
Hello, everybody. I am Erika Ishii. I am a host on Geek and Sundry, and I have my own Twitch channel as well. I'm a voiceover actor, and I sometimes do on camera. And we met through when I had the show on Geek and Sundry Concession Stand, which is
Yes.
now Cinematic Universe on Hyper RPG.
Yes, I need to get on there. I need to invite myself on that show.
Why are you not on there
I
with
don't
us?
know. I don't know. I need to
You
be
should
there.
do that
I've
sometime.
I've contacted Adam and Hector and I've
Oh,
said, "Hey,
okay, good.
I'm available every
We
Tuesday."
don't really have
You don't have
like
many
many
guests,
guests.
right?
Now that I think about it,
Mhm.
I can't remember the last time we've had a guest. But yeah, it's good to be here with you.
Mhm.
So I do a lot of Twitch things and actory things, and I love movies. I just grew up with them. Both my parents worked in the film industry,
No, what did
and
they
yeah.
do?
So my dad was a folks puller. He was a camera assistant
Okay.
for like 25 years, and then my mom, before she had me and settled down, was an editor.
Oh, nice.
Yes, yeah,
I wanted to do editing, like actual editing. Like this is true story. I wanted to do editing. I actually originally wanted to do sound editing. Like I wanted to work at like Capitol Records and like
really.
be the person in the booth that's like, "No, you got to go back to this measure because you did this wrong or something," and like edit music. But I realized like I will never be able to read music. Like I've tried so much that I was like, this is just something that I can't get into my brain. And
Right.
I feel like there's something about reading music and being able to learn another language because I'm terrible at trying. Like I took Spanish for however many years in high school that you needed to, 3 years, and then 3 semesters
Yeah.
in college, and I still can't speak
I
anything.
I would actually say it's a little more like mathematics, like
I'm terrible at
memorizing
that.
patterns. Exactly.
Yes.
And so like
Mhm.
I took like 10 years of music theory or something, and I still kind of just feel
Mhm.
it out.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Because I was really good at back in the day when we had cassette tapes and or CD players
Yeah.
and taking a song and being able to cut it for our dance team so it sounded seamless, but it was shorter. You know, taking a song that's 3 minutes
Mhm,
and cutting
mhm,
it down to
mhm.
a minute and a half. And I was really good at that and making those transitions. And so I was like, oh, I could do this. But then I was like, nope, can't read music. And then I was like, maybe I'll try it with movies, you know, editing like
Right.
film, but then just never went
Just
into
never,
that.
you
Yeah.
didn't end up doing that,
Yeah,
and
didn't
now
end
we're
up doing
here.
that. And now we're here on
Yeah,
YouTube.
yeah,
What
yeah.
do you know?
I know. That seems to be the progression of things.
Okay, so
Uh,
I got on a tangent about your parents,
yes,
but you love
yes.
film that, and you
So
got it from them.
yeah, I definitely, it was just like breathing,
Mm-hmm.
film. So I feel very fortunate for that.
Nice. I'm fortunate that you love film as well because I enjoy talking about film with you and with the people at Cineverse and Hyper RPG, which is where you need to check them out on Tuesday evenings starting at 7 p.m.
8 p.m.
8
8 p.m. now.
p.m. All right. So
So
there it is.
late.
8 to 10
Yeah, yeah, it's
or
8
8
to
to
10
11.
ish, 8 to 10,
Okay.
30 ish. You know,
On Twitch.
check us out. We're at twitch.tv/hyperrpg.
Mm-hmm.
And
You can also find Erika on Twitch on Geek and
mhm.
Sundry for sure on Friday evenings starting at
Yeah,
7.
later tonight we're
Yeah.
doing we have a party. It's Renaissance Fair themed tonight.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
dressing up in my wench costume, and
I love
we
it.
have it's gonna be real fun.
It's called Gather Your Party.
Gather your
Mm-hmm.
party. Yeah, and I'm there on Tuesdays, Wednesdays. I stream on my channel almost every other day. So this weekend on Sunday, it's my friend Blondie's birthday, and she wanted to do a watch along of Magic Mike XXL.
That is
So
my favorite
that
Magic
that
Mike.
is what we're doing.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
going to
gonna
be
be
great.
real fun. We can't show it on Twitch
Right.
for so many reasons, but yeah, we're gonna be watching along. You can watch along at home with us.
Mm-hmm.
We will be
Probably
commentating. There'll be
will.
a lot of screaming. I'm fairly certain. Yep.
I love that. I should probably do a watch along to that as well, or just join yours or watch with you. One of those three
Yeah.
options.
Yeah. Drop in.
All
Drop
right.
in or something.
So let's get into our first question, which is what is a film that inspires you?
This one, I mean, every single one of these questions is so insanely difficult because, as I said, film is part of my life inextricably. And I
Mhm.
feel so many things when it comes to film. When it
Right.
comes to most things, I'm very deeply emotionally affected very easily. But I one that always sticks out to me, and I don't tell this story often because I feel like it's kind of silly, is Dark Knight.
Okay.
Dark Knight by Christopher Nolan. Um, I remember when I saw that film, I had decided that I was not going to pursue acting like in college.
Okay.
Because I when I was younger, I did the whole child actor thing, and
Oh,
I was in acting classes, and did theater, and
because you grew up in Los
yeah, I grew
Angeles.
up in
So did you have
LA.
an agent? Did
Yeah,
you
I had
get
an agent,
jobs,
I had a manager.
commercials?
I did commercials. I did an
Okay.
episode of Full House. And
Yeah.
yeah, because my parents were like, "Oh, she has so much energy and she loves performing. Let's just
Mhm.
put her into
It
acting.
seems
She'll
like the
enjoy
thing
that."
you would do
Yeah.
when you live in a place like this that
Yeah,
has
and
the
it was so
opportunity to do
easy.
it.
It was so easy. And but then like I got older and I was like pursuing school and violin. I went to UCLA and I was doing communications because I was like, I kind of want to do what Colbert and Jon Stewart are doing, and maybe do
Mhm.
journalism. I and But somewhere along the line, I think it was before even that, I saw The Dark Knight, and Heath Ledger's performance is so transfixing. I don't know how else to describe it. He just completely disappears into this character. And I've always been a Batman fan. I've always been a Joker fan. I remember I have this dog-eared, beaten up, water-stained copy of like the greatest Joker stories ever told from the Batman
Mm.
comics. And I'd never seen a performance like that. Just this character that could very easily become so one-dimensional and cartoony,
Right.
just seems so
Like
real.
behind us.
Exactly, like and so real and terrifying, and I could see how much work went into it, and yet it seemed so effortless. And the power of that character and of the storytelling in that film just really spoke to me in such a way that I realized that I had to go back to performing.
Mm.
And it seems silly, and it was just such a tiny seed too. It wasn't like a at the time like, oh my god, I am having this huge revelation. It was
Yeah.
this tiny seed that got planted of the power of storytelling and and character, and it just kind of renewed that spark in me that I thought was very impractical as I
Mhm.
started getting older. Um, yeah, it was really incredible. And it's so funny too because I only knew Heath Ledger from I think 10 Things I Hate About You
Right?
and A Knight's Tale and
Oh, A
and to
Knight's
see him
Tale.
and to see him
Mhm.
and I was like, oh, they're gonna get this guy to play the Joker, and just
Right?
it would just blew my mind. So I think looking back on it with hindsight being 2020, I think that The Dark Knight really inspired me to get back into performance and characters and acting.
I like that because I feel like there is always a moment where you have this realization when you've been on stage or when you've been performing in front of crowds or any way that you've been in some way the light. Like there comes a time where you think like the lights are now out for me, like, and either you're going to just accept that because there is a high that comes from all of that performing, and that's what I would seek out too. Like, how do I get that high
It's
again from
literally, it feels
performing?
like I've never been on the kind of drugs that provide this kind of high,
Yeah,
but
neither have
like
I.
it is like being on drugs. Like,
Hmm.
and when you come down hard.
You do.
So
And so I had this moment where I felt like I too wanted to perform again, and I didn't know what space that was or what form that would take, and I felt like maybe the lights aren't on anymore and maybe I need to accept that. But then like YouTube emerged like and being in this space and being podcasting, and that's where I get the high from now. This show today brings that high for me. So like when we're done here, I'm like, oh, that was great. I had so much fun and I can't wait to do it again.
oh
And like,
man, yeah, I gotta get some more of that
yeah,
sweet, sweet
that
YouTubes.
sweet, sweet YouTube and
Yeah.
podcasting and live streaming and being able to have people that are live and interacting with you too is another like level of that.
Yeah, and it's funny, I don't really talk about that a ton because, I did like method training, at the
Sure.
Strasberg Institute, and everybody's like,
Wow.
"Oh yes, Brando and Al Pacino
Our
and
gods. Hmm.
yeah, and Meryl Streep and doing the work, and I was so inspired by Streetcar Named Desire, and I'm just
Hmm.
like, well, I thought that the Batman movie was really spoke to me, so I mean, I didn't really talk about it much, but it really
Because
is
all the other
important.
people are talking about the classics and you're like,
Yeah,
but what
yeah,
about the
right.
modern
I know it's
times?
true, and it's really incredible how you that it just goes to show you again, like the importance of stories. It doesn't matter, high art or low art. There's
Hmm.
just such value to move people, and that's what really spoke to me.
Right. I like that. I'm glad that that
Oh,
performance could renew a spark in you.
yeah.
So then right after that, what did you do? You were like, I got to get back into this. What was the next
I mean, I think
step?
I can't remember. I'm really bad at remembering timelines, my
Hmm.
timeline. I think it was after that I did the Strasberg Institute, and I was taking
Hmm.
classes there, and then I also did improv and you know, getting back into acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then do you call up your agent and you're like, guess what? I'm
Oh,
back.
oh, I mean that's the thing is that
How does
like
that work?
they're like, well, we only do kids now and stuff. So I'm like, that's fine. So I have an agent now, and
Yeah. Do they
um,
pass since they're an agent? Do they pass your name along? And do they do you some favors there?
I
Or
mean, I don't know. I just like inquired and I was like, hey, what's up? And they're like, sorry, we only do kids. And I don't know. I think they'd kind of like, mm, I went by there and everything, but I wasn't really ready to get back into it in a huge way at the time. I had a lot of
Mhm.
growing to do as well.
Yeah, I'm on the balance beam of like, is it time to get a hosting agent? Like,
Oh, are there
because
hosting
there
agents?
are,
Oh,
but
whoa.
but
Do it.
I've been like teetering on the should I jump into the deep
Oh,
end or stay in the
100%.
shallow end because I take these classes and I've been doing it for close to a year now, and I feel that I'm getting better and I'm able to be like more marketable in terms of all the like pieces that I put together. But like,
I mean, you have a reel
do
and
I
everything,
just like,
right?
Yeah, but
Just
they changed the way that they want you to have a reel now. So I have all
oh,
those components too. They don't want like a
uh,
traditional like here's the all the cuts of me hosting. They want like something like 1 minute you talking to camera. Like it's all very different now than
the
what it used to
industry,
be. The
everybody.
industry changes all the time, and you
Yeah,
have to move with
it's
it. They're like
crazy.
four panels, four people in a panel out, three
Yeah,
people in, and I'm
and
like, okay.
yeah, thanks to chat. Yes, a clown inspired me. Haha, Silent Panda. I hate
Who's a
everybody knows
clown?
I hate clowns.
Well, they're
I have
scary.
like yeah, I have mild chorophobia.
Mhm.
But at least with the Joker, his intentions are very clear. But yeah,
And
it's
he's not completely a clown. It's not like he's red nosed.
yeah, and I feel like that
I don't know.
that would kind of get me to where I am today because I sort of fell into all of the hosting and streaming
Mhm.
through people that I met through my time
Nice.
doing
That makes sense.
improv,
Mhm.
which I was taking because I was pursuing acting. And through all of this, I'm doing voiceover now, which is great.
Yeah, I see your pictures on
Yeah,
Instagram at Erika Ishii on
yeah,
Instagram.
and it's actually happening, and it's I'm so comfortable with it. There's so many reasons why on camera acting is so difficult, but voice acting is, I feel like, a huge love of mine now,
Mhm.
like the love of my life, and I'm really here because of that performance.
Yeah, I love that. Yay, thanks Heath Ledger for
Yeah,
that
thanks for that.
performance. Let's get into our second question, which is what is a film or a scene from a film that triggers a memory for you? Perhaps it's painful, maybe it's happy. You can be either.
I cry at most things though, Bran.
Okay,
So this is a
that's okay.
really, 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 really difficult
I cry
one.
at a lot of stuff now too, including Fast and Furious. Well, Furious 7 specifically, but
Oh,
Paul Walker.
yeah, yeah. Are you excited for
I am
Fate
very
of the
excited
Furious?
for the Fate of the Furious. I'm going up to San Francisco to watch the Fate of the Furious with the guys from Kind of Funny, and I'm going to be on Kind
What?
of Funny Reacts Fate of the
No
Furious.
way! Say hi
Yes,
to them for
I
me. Oh my
will.
god, those
I
dudes
will.
are awesome.
I know.
Super cool.
So I'm excited.
That's so. This was a really hard question, but I went with Mulan,
Okay. I
Disney's
love Mulan.
Mulan, because I remember so very vividly seeing it in theaters, and I saw it many times in theaters. I remember when it came out. It was huge for me. I was such a huge Disney fan, and this was a story that I had grown up with, and it had a Disney princess that looked like me.
It's a big deal.
It was the
That's a
you I
big deal.
cannot describe because like growing up my whole life, it was Trini from Power Rangers was like the only Asian woman I'd ever seen in
Mhm.
TV. And so it seems like a little thing to not see people that are like you or that kind of reflect your experience. But then when you do, it really hits you. It hits you so hard. And having Mulan come out, and like I got teased for being Asian a lot when I was
Mm.
younger. I grew up in a predominantly white area, and people made fun of me and did the whole like eyes pulling back their eyes things. And
Hmm.
um Mulan was so cool, and everybody like understood that a Disney princess is awesome, and like that really normalized it. It
Right.
really normalized being Asian. And also like what a princess too. I mean, before that, a lot of the Disney princesses were so much more passive. Even
Right.
Jasmine,
Oh
who
man.
was so kick ass, who I loved, she needs to get saved at the end.
Right.
And in the and with Mulan, she does all the saving, and
Right.
seeing her
She's the
growth
warrior.
to like reflections, where she just doesn't feel like she fits in and she can't measure up to what people expect of her. It was so it felt so amazing seeing a Disney princess struggle with that. That's not something you'd see a Disney princess do. And then seeing her growth and her journey and how hard she works in order to become who she feels that she's meant to be was so special. Yeah.
I love that a man doesn't define her either, because I feel like all the other characters, it's like all about another
Yeah,
guy
yeah, yeah.
in the story, and he's kind of the driving force, whereas like there is a main male character, but
Yeah,
he's not a
yeah.
driving force of the film.
Right, like Mulan, she has a crush and she has guy friends,
Mhm.
but she really the story is about her and her journey
Mhm.
completely, and that's so unusual and incredible, and to see that at that time was so wonderful. And I remember I
Yeah.
saw it with my younger sister, with my one of my younger sisters, and we were just so into it. Don't cry, Eric. If you cry, we cry. Yeah, it was so good, and I was so happy to see it. I was like hard on that Mulan train, and then seeing
Mhm.
there's like merchandise, and my sister and I had matching like little, you could buy the little Mulan costumes.
Nice.
She's really great, and the soundtrack. We listened to the soundtrack so
The
much.
soundtrack is really good, despite what Nick Scarpino from Kind of Funny will tell you. The
What?
soundtrack is incredible.
Why?
Well,
Why would he say that?
Tim will defend it.
What?
Tim
What
Geddes will
did?
defend it.
Why would he say
I
that?
don't know. He was like, "There's no good songs in Mulan," and I was like,
That's so
"Hold on, hold
wrong.
on."
You serious? Telling my girl Lea Salonga doesn't make good music, and then oh no,
I was
no,
like,
I
"You're
can't
wrong,
believe
Nick.
that.
You're wrong."
Oh, I mean, even like the pop song at the end, "True to Your
Mhm.
Heart," you know, by
Mhm.
what 98 Degrees was it?
Yeah, I think it
Still one of
was.
the best pop songs at the end of a
Mhm.
Disney film. Uh, don't better soundtrack Hamilton and Mulan. Don't make me. That's
Bradley,
that's
that's rude.
terrible. That's terrible. Yeah, Mulan
Now, how
also was
old were you
inspiring.
when you saw it? Do you
Again,
remember?
I'm terrible at timelines. I was
Okay.
pretty young.
Because you said
It's
you saw
pretty
it in
young.
theaters. I don't remember when it came out.
Yeah,
In
I
the
don't remember what came out.
90s.
I think wait, in Rick and Morty, they said like 97, 98, right? Because Rick and
Okay.
Morty just had an episode where they talk about the Szechuan dipping sauce at McDonald's that they came out with for Mulan.
Uh huh. Oh,
And I think he
nice.
said like we're back in the year like 97 or 98. I'm sorry,
Okay.
95.
95.
Oh,
Randall.
okay.
Or
What?
6.
Okay.
Wait,
Oh
Randall, I
wait,
thought you knew.
Randall.
Randall, you can't just throw out
Yeah.
a time and not know.
Oh, it's so funny.
Someone needs to tell
Oh
us.
my god, somebody needs to let us know. But yeah, I was young. I was young. 98. Okay, so it
All
was
right. Thank you.
98.
Thank you.
Thanks everybody.
Silent Panda, David F. Legel.
Yeah,
Flegel?
David Flegel.
There we go.
He used to be DeFlegel
The
on
Flegel?
Twitch.
Cool. Welcome.
Yeah.
So 98, you're not my age. So I was 17,
Okay. No,
which
I was
seems old.
yeah, no. I mean in
And you're
Hollywood maybe. Cuz Hollywood dumb,
so you're
but
like 10.
yeah, I was
No.
young, I don't know. Younger than that.
7.
I don't know. I
Are you
can't math.
10 years
I was
younger
yeah,
than me?
I was young. I was young.
Okay.
But I was also at an age where I was like trying to figure out who I was and how I fit into things, and I didn't quite fit in with the Disney princess sort of crowd.
Mhm.
Um so Mulan really inspired me, and now whenever I hear the
Yeah.
music, I mean I just remember what it felt like to see it on the big screen for the first time and how incredible and amazing it was.
I wonder, I always question like is she a princess like in the movie? That's the only
Well,
question I
yeah,
always have.
merchandise
No, I
she's
mean I don't
not. Yeah,
mind that
merchandise
she's with the
wise, she is
princesses.
counted in the Disney princess pantheon.
Okay, I love that.
But no, she's not a princess, not by any stretch.
Which I
Even
like
though I think
also because I think that it's important that we also have
yeah,
stories about regular like people that
yeah,
are awesome. I'm like,
yeah.
why do they need to be royalty all the time?
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's not necessary. We can just tell a story.
Yeah, so she's counted with the Disney princesses in terms of like she's part of the
Yes.
parades, and and if and like the Disney princess soundtracks have
Right.
Mulan songs on them,
Yes.
but nah,
Like even
she's not really a
Rapunzel,
princess.
it bothers me that they made her a princess because like actual Rapunzel
Yeah,
is not a princess.
yeah,
She's born of like common folk.
it's true.
And
It's
so
true.
it's
I
like
think they're like, this is something that people will understand. Yeah. Leia is considered a Disney princess, and yeah, it's true. Mulan is a general, like Leia.
Mhm.
In the sequels, yeah, she's promoted. She's high up in the army.
I love it.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the
she's so
sequels. How many are there? Do you know?
there's just one.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
okay.
I've
I
seen the
remember seeing it.
Cinderella sequels.
Really?
I
There's
don't
one that
recommend
has time travel in
that one.
it.
Actually, is okay. The
Is it
second one,
really?
not good. The third one, okay. I feel like they kind of like lose their way on the second one for most, and then like
Let me
if
see.
they do a third, that's kind of like,
That's
all
true.
right,
It was like with Aladdin and the
yes.
Return of Jafar. Return of
It's
Jafar
like
was I don't
no,
know. And I mean, Robin Williams didn't want to do the voice for that one. Dan
right? Because
Castellaneta
he was
did a fine
upset
job,
with Disney.
but then like for Aladdin and the King of Thieves was
Yes.
like Sean Connery playing his dad, and that was great. That one was great. I
That
don't care
one
what
was really good.
anybody says.
No, I agree.
Yeah, Little Mermaid sequels. I remember
Didn't
that
see those
the
either.
second Little I don't know. I don't know if there was a third one. I don't think there was a
There was
third one.
definitely a
There was a
second.
sequel, and it was just the same exact thing. Only it was her daughter, and she wanted to go on
She wanted to
land
be a
or she
mermaid,
wanted to
right?
go under the sea instead of being on land.
Yes. Oh man, Silent Panda. We know that Land Before Time
Right,
goes
we
to
know.
14. You know what else has a huge franchise? The Buddies franchise. If you want to get lost into children's films, there's so
Buddies?
many buddies. You know, like Airbud, but now there's buddies, so they're little
Oh my
guys.
gosh.
I don't know how. I feel like there's 12 of those. I've seen a lot of them. I've seen a lot of buddies movies. Unfortunately.
3 was a prequel. What? There was
Oh, for
interesting.
Aladdin? Are you Eric
No,
Monroe?
for Little
Oh,
Mermaid,
for
I
Little
guess.
Mermaid.
No kidding. Well, I know
Huh.
I watched all of the TV show, and that's legit though.
There was a Little Mermaid TV
There was a
show.
TV show, and the animation was great, and they had
I
amazing
didn't see that.
songs.
I saw the Aladdin one,
And
or at least
Tim
a
Curry
little bit.
plays like an evil Manda Ray character.
Huh.
It's so good.
I love it.
Yeah.
Let's get into our third question, which is, what is a film that helps you through difficult times?
Princess Bride. This one was
Yes,
the
of
first one I thought
course.
of. This one was easy.
Okay, good.
I guess it's just a comfort food sort of movie. Like
Right.
it's the kind of movie that you can put on anytime and it'll just be fun and delightful and quotable and everybody will want to watch it with you at
Yes,
any
that's so true.
time. It's got everything. It's got sword fights and true love and comedy. It's so just delightful. There's nothing about it that will bring me down.
What when do you remember first seeing it?
I saw it a lot later because it was
Okay.
before my time. So I saw it in middle school because I had my friends Alex Cole and Emily Wachtel were quoting it, and I didn't know what they were talking about.
Okay.
They were talking about marriage.
Marriage.
Yes,
Is what
marriage.
brings us here today.
And I was like, what are you doing? Is something wrong? And they showed it to me and I just loved it. It's so sweet and funny and like oh god, Wesley's so dreamy.
Yes,
He's
it's
so
true.
dreamy.
I remember my
Ah.
aunt was totally into King Humperdinck. She thought he was good looking.
I
Yeah.
mean, he's not bad looking for
No,
sure.
he's
Chris
not.
Sarandon is a handsome guy, and he's the voice of Jack Skellington. So
Yes.
yeah, there are definitely some pluses there, but he's so gross and
Right.
evil.
I know. My question is, when do I show this film to my children? That's what I want to know. Like how old? Like when, because like I would love to show it to my daughter. I think she'd really like it, but she'd probably also be very scared. My son could probably be ready at any moment because he's good with adventure and he's okay with kind of things that are a little bit scary. But he's 4, so
Yeah, that movie can get scary,
mhm.
very scary, like
He
the
also
ROUSs
yes, and the
yeah.
lady, just the lady, like that's like boo,
Oh yeah,
boo.
that's
That lady's
true.
scary looking. The
Yeah.
eels,
Yeah, the
there's things
eels, the
that
shrieking eels. That
mhm.
scene is terrifying to me. I know
Yes.
I know that it's in a tank on a lot, but it's so scary to me. See,
And they're huge eels, man. It's bright. That is frightening.
Princess Bride can take you out from being mostly depressed, which is of course slightly happy. Great, yeah.
Thank you, Charlie.
Yeah. Oh God, Bradley Parrish. I really hope nobody's gonna remake The Princess Bride. It's just so perfect, and it's
I
so
feel like they won't. I feel like it's like a Casablanca. You just
you
can't
we
touch
think
it.
that, but I
Or
feel like
Back
nothing's
to the
sacred.
Future.
I feel like nothing's sacred anymore.
Hmm. Like
But
Back to the
yeah, like
Future.
Back to the
Hey, out of
Future.
time.
But I feel like it is dated in a way that like the ROUSs are kind of hokey, and the
Mhm.
music is like a keyboard synthesizer, and some people have very like 80s haircuts,
Mhm.
but it's still also it feels very timeless because they just hit the tone like right out the gate. They hit the tone and they just stayed there.
Yeah.
So it's very timeless, and the there aren't there are no special effects that are cheesy enough to date it
Mhm.
too much.
Right.
And oh man, the sword fighting is so good.
Yes, I love that. I'm
Yeah,
not right-handed
they
either, or
they they
like or
trained they've
left-handed.
trained so much for that, and so
Mhm.
there's like a sense of real authenticity, and it was choreographed by the fight choreographer who did like Star Wars or
Mm.
um any or a lot of Errol Flynn stuff. You can
Yeah.
see it in the choreography how Errol Flynn it really is, and just Carrie Elwes just nails it, and just being this amazing like sort of Douglas Fairbanks swashbuckler.
Yes.
So yeah, it's just so there's so much there, and every time I'm always like, oh, this is my favorite part. No
For the
wait, this
whole
is my
movie.
favorite part. The whole movie. If you're like, just be quiet and let me watch.
Have you
Oh,
seen the Honest trailer for The Princess Bride?
I haven't.
It's a celebration Honest trailer, so it's not like
So it's not
degrading.
mean.
Yeah, it's like saying like
Is
how
it?
great it is, but
Oh
like also
my god.
kind of poking fun at it
Right.
a little bit. So
Okay, that's fair.
it's good.
There's some
I
to poke fun at, and
Sure.
it's fun, but I really hope they don't redo it, because part of the charm of it is how small it feels,
Mhm.
how
That's
intimate
true.
it is.
I wonder if when they were making it, if they like realized what it would become.
I don't I think I watched the behind the scenes for they attach it to the DVD, and it's a
Mhm.
behind the scenes of footage from the shoot backstage. I think Carrie Always is like interviewing
Yeah.
people, and uh stuff about Andre the Giant, and I think they obviously the script was amazing, but I don't think they realized exactly what it would become.
Mm.
And Mandy Patinkin talks about it, and he cries because he uh was something had happened with his father at the time. I can't remember exactly what, but he was like very extremely connected to that character
Mhm.
because of it. So good.
It is so good. I know that the author wanted to continue the story,
Hmm.
but felt like it
Buttercup's
wouldn't.
baby.
Yeah, and it felt it wouldn't be as good as The Princess
Yeah.
Bride, and like couldn't get that. Like that became his writer's block. Like
Right.
this won't be
Have
as
you read
good.
the book?
I have not read the. I know he does like a few chapters. How many chapters is it? It's one chapter of Buttercup's baby.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
Um.
it's just like kind of silly because it's built into the book itself.
Okay.
It's
Right.
so funny. The book is so funny because it's supposed to be like uh uh Princess Bride, the good parts version. And the idea is that he's
Okay.
retelling this story that he heard as a kid, only he's leaving out all the boring parts because it's by S.J. Morgenstern, this book,
Mm-hmm.
and that he remembers it from when he was a kid, and then he goes back to read it, and it's all just like really boring, long stuff that he found out his parents left out when they read it to him,
Okay.
and
Because
so
they're like,
he's like
let's leave
editing
out the
it down. But
boring
it
stuff.
turns out that
Okay.
he just wrote the whole thing, and it's so funny. It's so funny.
So yeah, and I learned that Buttercup's baby, the name of their daughter is Waverly, which is my daughter's
Okay.
name. What do you know? That is a coincidence, by the
Oh,
way.
what? It's amazing.
I did not name her based on the book, though.
Yeah, the book was 1973, and or the movie was like 87, something like that.
That sounds about
It
right.
was
In
like
the
87.
80s,
It was in the 80s,
you
yeah,
know.
something like that. But oh, so good. You should definitely, if you haven't read the book, it's definitely worth a read. It's so funny.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I need to read it. I want to read that to my children someday, and I want to read the Lord of the Rings series to my children someday.
That
And
one's
I'm gonna be disappointed. 87 was the when the movie came out. I am gonna be
oh,
disappointed if
okay.
they like are not into it and they're like, "No, mom, we don't like
Oh
this."
no.
I
The Hobbit's
also
a lot better to read to kids.
Mm,
It was meant for that. The Lord of the
yeah.
Rings, it is a linguistic study with a story framed around it. True
Oh.
story.
Oh.
Tolkien was a linguist, created these
Wow.
languages, and was like, well, I better make a history to go with these languages.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. I also want to read them City of Ember. I don't know if you've
I don't know
ever
that one.
Okay, it was turned into a movie. The movie was fine, but like the book is incredible. And it's just about like be living underground, not knowing that you are living underground because the apocalypse happened so long ago, and now there it's through the eyes of these teenagers, so they don't know anything outside of their area. All they know is like that the lights are starting to go out, and they don't know what to do about it because
Oh.
they don't have any more resources to pull from. So if all the lights go out, they'll all just be in the dark. And like, what do they
Oh.
do? Like, is there a way, what is there, what can you do? I mean, going in, sorry, I not really spoiling City of Ember because going in that they're underground, but it's really cool to like
Yeah,
see
I'll have to
what's
check
how
that
what are
out.
they gonna do.
Yeah, that's good. Who's it by?
I don't remember the lady's name.
Okay. Oh, Lady Bird. That's
I
awesome.
was like,
Yeah.
what is that? I don't remember.
So I mean, Princess Bride is
In
just
the
my
in the
happy place.
movie, Bradley, they don't know that they're underground, but we as the audience know that they're underground. So yes, in the book they
Right.
don't know that they're underground, but we as the audience who know have a little background from maybe reading the back cover will know that they are.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, Hitchhiker's Guide is a great one to read aloud. That would be really great. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Janine Dupro. Dupro. I'm terrible at saying things. So, anyways,
Yeah, sure. That's why you're an amazing host.
That's why I'm here on a microphone. Erica, thank you so much for joining me
Thanks so
today
much
for
for
film
chatting.
therapy, being my guest patient. Where can the other patients that are in the waiting room find you?
So you can find me at twitch.tv/geek and sundry on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You can find me on my channel, twitch.tv/Erika Ishii on Mondays, Thursdays, and Sundays. And I'm a lot of places. You can find me at Erika Ishii on the Twitters. And I think right now a game that I am in is in open beta. Is the
Oh,
yeah, I think
nice.
MXM Master X Master by NCSoft is in open beta right now. So if you just go to their website and sign up for the beta, and you can play it. I am three playable characters and three NPCs. So go check it out. It's fun if you like MOBAs. If you like MOBAs,
I don't know
yeah.
what a MOBA is.
Oh, like League of Legends.
Oh, okay. I know
Yeah,
what that is.
yeah. It's kind of like League of Legends. Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
You can find her on Twitter and Instagram
Yes.
at Erika Ishii.
At Erika Ishii or at Samurai Erika on the Instagrams.
It says, come watch Erica scream a lot on Mondays.
Yeah, Scaredy Cats. My friend Blondie and I, we put cat makeup on and cat ears, and we play horror games. And there's a lot of screaming.
That's awesome.
So scary.
I love it.
Yeah.
You guys can find me all day, every day on Twitter. It's kind of an addiction that I probably need to cut back on. Also this Monday on Screen Junkies News. Oh, might be there. Might be there.
Awesome.
Maybe I'll see you there. No?
Oh, I don't know. I'm only in there occasionally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, next week with Kind of Funny.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Woo! Thank you all for joining us. We will see you
Thanks so
next
much,
session.
everybody.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Brienne.
Bye. Bye.